I'm Heather Zeitzwolf, Savvy Frugal Vegan. I'm here to help chefpreneurs just like you start, build, and maintain a vegan food business. If you want to have financial success in the vegan mobile food industry, whether it's a cart, food truck, or pop-up, I'm here to help you with business hacks, tips, tricks, and the pitfalls to avoid. Are you ready to map out your business journey? Then put the key in the ignition and let's go for a ride. Today, I want to talk to you about a topic that is near and dear to my heart, following your passion. Specifically, what it really looks like to open and run a vegan food cart. Yep, this is a reality check. This episode is for you if you've been dreaming about using your vegan culinary skills to open a mobile food business. I know you scroll through websites looking at food and looking at different trucks on Craigslist, or maybe you've started that journey and you're feeling the weight of the challenges right now. Ugh, you're in the weeds. Trust me, I get it. This type of business is not for the faint of heart and requires a burning passion. By the end of this episode, I want you to feel both inspired and informed, but I also want to be super realistic about the effort it requires. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything, although I do love things that are sugar-coated. Running a vegan food truck can be tough, but there's also a reason so many entrepreneurs find it fulfilling. And if you realize you need support along the way, I want you to know that I'm here to help you. Just reach out. So let's talk about why you might consider a vegan food truck business. One big reason is passion. Passion for veganism, for animal welfare, for the environment. There's something magical about showing up at festivals or farmers markets or city corners and introducing people to plant-based flavors they've never knew existed. It's activism. It's culinary artistry. It's a business all wrapped into one, like a tasty burrito. But here is the thing. Passion alone does not pay the bills. Wah, wah. Let's dig into the pros and cons. Starting with the good stuff. All right, so here are the pros. And there could be many other pros. We'll do 4 of each. Pro. Number 1. Flexibility and mobility. With a food truck, you're not tied down to one location. You can follow the crowds, test out different neighborhoods, or pop up at special events. This flexibility can help you find your ideal customer base and keep things exciting. 2, lower overhead compared to a brick and mortar. While still not cheap, starting a food truck generally costs less than operating a full restaurant. You won't have the same level of rent or the extensive overhead costs. That said, it's not always as cheap as people may think. Permits, licenses, kitchen equipment, maybe you have to rent a commissary kitchen. It can add up quickly. 3, brand building and creativity. A vegan food truck can really showcase your unique twist on plant-based cuisine. People love seeing pictures of food. You can experiment with seasonal menus, highlight locally sourced ingredients, and adapt quickly to trends. And you can team up with other vegan food producers in the area. You can become part of the cool street food culture in your town. And you can connect directly with your customers. You're not stuck back in some kitchen. 4, community connection. You'll be out in the world, meeting people face to face, watching their reactions as they try your food. That immediate feedback can be so fulfilling. It's a direct line of communication with your customers, something you don't always get in other forms of food service. Now, this all sounds really great, doesn't it? All right, well, now let's talk about the cons, because believe me, they're real and they can be overwhelming if you're not prepared. 1, physical demands and long hours. Being an entrepreneur inherently requires long hours, but a food truck has scheduled hours. Running a food truck involves early morning preps, long days standing on your feet, dealing with weather conditions. Ugh, I live in Portland. It rains a lot. What about the food trucks in Texas? Oh my God, and that heat? Then there's working in such a tight space. Hopefully you're not claustrophobic. It can be physically and mentally demanding. Remember, you're not just the chef, you're also the boss. 2, permits and regulations. This is the part nobody wants to think about. Every city and county has its own rules. They may even have their own taxes you have to abide by. You need licenses, health permits, parking permits, fire inspections, and you're going to have to navigate a maze of local regulations. This can be very time-consuming and frustrating. 3, seasonal and weather dependent. If you're in a climate with cold winters, your business might slow down or even become nearly impossible for part of the year. Even on good days, sudden rain or excessive heat can make customers not want to come out. Number 4, competition and pricing pressures. Street food is popular. Vegan options are growing in popularity too. While that's very exciting, isn't it? People are eating vegan. Oh my God, I love it. It also means you need a clear brand identity and a menu that stands out. Remember, not everybody is vegan, so you want to attract the non-vegans as well. There's often pressure, though, to keep prices low because street food is perceived as more affordable. But the reality is your margins can be very, very tight. You have to be careful. Gulp, right? The big question, thinking about your passion, thinking about these pros, these cons. Here's my question to you. Is it worth it? For many, absolutely. But you have to know what you're getting into. The key is to combine your passion with planning and making sure that you can make a profit. Okay, let's break down what this might look like. The first thing is have a solid business plan. I know you're thinking, oh God, a business plan. That sounds horrible. Ugh. It doesn't have to be the traditional long form business plan. What you really want to have is an understanding of your costs, such as your ingredients, figure out who your suppliers are, how much your labor costs are going to be, your permits, marketing. You'll want to do some market research for different locations, and then figuring out the realistic pricing that can cover all of this stuff and leaves room for a profit. Profit is what you keep in your pocket. So many times, a food truck, they come to me, it's too late, they've already lost so much money, and yes, they had lots of people eating at their place. They were busy every day, but they were never able to generate a profit. Now, this can be very confusing for business owners. That's why you have to look at your numbers. It's the grim reality of it, I know. All right, so number 2, manage your cash flow. Running out of money is a huge risk for every business, but this particular type of business has very tight margins, which means you have to run lean. You got to make sure that every dollar that goes out is a dollar well spent. To manage your cash flow, which is the money coming in and the money going out, a lot of it has to do with timing. When are you getting this money coming in? When is it going out? You need to be able to forecast your expenses and sales. This is different from just doing your bookkeeping. This is looking at the future and figuring out what might happen. So in slower months, you may need to pivot. Maybe you offer catering services. Maybe you sell meal kits or participate in a special pop-up event to maintain your income. These are considered different streams of income, which can help boost your cash flow. We'll be going more in depth on all of these in future podcast episodes. So the third one is build a support network. I got to tell you, as an entrepreneur, I have put a lot of effort into networking. For you, you'll want to network with other other vegan food truck owners, industry mentors, or financial coaches and advisors for your business, because these are super valuable. And hint, hint, you can come to me for that last one. Don't isolate yourself. Networking can help you share the cost with others through bulk ingredient buying. Maybe you share marketing events or even group discounts with suppliers. Collaborating with others in your industry is something that will really help catapult your business. And it will keep you on the cutting edge of what's happening with like technology or pricing, or maybe there's new regulations coming in town. You don't want to be in a silo in your truck all by yourself, not talking to others. Number 4, continuous marketing and branding. You're going to have to embrace social media. It is going to be your best friend when it comes to building your business. You'll want to post regularly. You'll want to let people know where you're parked, or if your cart is always in a certain location, if you've got new menu items, behind the scene glimpses, maybe you're cooking your food. People love to see pictures of food. Oh my God. Let people see the human side of your business as well. This brings loyalty and keeps customers coming back. Vegans love to support other vegans. So tap into that. Allow people to like and share your tasty food. Speaking of tasty, the next one is healthy and tasty menus. Since you're vegan, your menu is already focused on compassion and sustainability. How cool is that? But remember, the way your food tastes is so important. You can get local broccoli, but if it tastes like dirt, nobody wants it. Experiment with flavor profiles. Get creative with plant-based proteins and consider feedback from your customers. Ask them what they want. They're the ones wanting to buy from you. Keep your menu fresh and exciting. Don't have so many options on your menu, and keep your menu short. That'll help you with profitability.
Oh yeah!
Now, if you're feeling a little mix of excitement and nervousness, well, that's normal. Launching or running any kind of business can be overwhelming, but for a vegan food truck, woo, yeah, really overwhelming. You might be thinking, there's so much to do. There's so much to learn. How do I know I'm not pouring my time and money into something that might fail? Oh, put yourself in debt. Oh my God. But here's where guidance comes in. Many food entrepreneurs try to do it alone. And wow, you got to give them kudos, but it can lead to some costly mistakes. Running any kind of business, you are going to have roadblocks ahead that you've never expected. But a food truck? Oh my God, you never know. Someone might break into your truck, or the stove goes out, or you pop a tire on your way to a big event. Oh my God, all these things. But just think, if you do make it to that place and you serve delicious food and you make people happy, that's so rewarding, right? Having someone to guide you, whether it's a mentor, a coach, or a consultant, can accelerate your learning curve, save you from expensive errors, and keep you focused on what matters most. As a CPA, I've seen firsthand how crucial it is to understand your numbers, plan for contingencies, and adapt quickly. We have to be nimble. It's one thing to plan as an entrepreneur, but you gotta be nimble. You never know when things are gonna change. I am so passionate about helping vegan food entrepreneurs. Oh my God, you guys are the ones that are gonna help all of the animals. I wanna help you have financially viable businesses. I wanna help you make your dreams a reality. So if you find yourself stuck, uncertain about prices, or how to handle seasonality or marketing, consider reaching out to me. I'm a nice person after all. Jeez. All right, I want you to leave today's episode feeling empowered. Yes. It's going to be a challenge running a food truck or a cart or a pop-up. It demands hard work, resilience, and continuous learning. It's so exciting that you are able to merge your passion for vegan cuisine plus entrepreneurship. If you do it right, it equals freedom. You are the boss. You don't have to work for the man anymore. You call the shots. All right, so the key takeaways. Don't be discouraged by the difficulties. Instead, see them as opportunities to learn and grow. You're going to have a lot of fear. That is normal. You're going to have doubts. That's normal. But with proper planning, strong branding, and a supportive network, and a willingness to pivot when needed, you can ensure that your vegan food cart or truck doesn't just survive, but it thrives. And when it thrives, not only are you feeding your community, but you're putting money in your pocket. And if you want to share the wealth with animal sanctuaries, you can do that too. I hope you found this discussion helpful and honest. I like to keep it real. The vegan food truck dream can become your reality. But remember, it's okay to ask for help along the way. Don't be in a silo. Reach out, find other vegan food entrepreneurs in your area and online, and network with them. I'd love to hear about your business goals, where you are now, where you want to be. You can find me on Instagram at Savvy Frugal Vegan. Send me a note. Let me know what your struggles are. Tell me your success stories. Thanks for tuning in. Stay inspired, stay passionate, and keep serving up that incredible vegan goodness. Remember, compassion starts on the plate. You are what you eat. And for you guys, what you serve can change the planet one bite at a time and keep people eating vegan.